the last of a dying breed. Will 3D artists survive the AI apocalypse? When will all that work that you did to create that masterpiece fade into the obscurity of a generation? Greetings, my name is RBGNEXTGEN. I'm a lyricist / 3D artist, and I use my animations to illustrate deep bars and deep discussions. Today we're going to continue on the series of our rebuild. I've been rebuilding this virtual musician. Long story short, basically, if you haven't heard my first episode, my hard drive had crashed. That hard drive had actually some of the best work that I had ever done. So here's a piece of some of the work that I did. What I write is closer to the root. I was raised with the understanding that whatever I do, I want to have a purpose, so the message has to be clear. This skill was sharpened not just for you to hear it, but be fully immersed in the experience. One way we can relate is through personal growth. I'm taught we are given 2 big trials in our life every year. I'm coming through one of them. This can involve loss. So just imagine how difficult or how it feels to have great work like that on a hard drive like that and it crashes. Thankfully, I thank the Savior that we caught it early. As soon as that particular hard drive crashed, we unplugged it and was blessed to get some help to send it off to a data recovery with that particular brand. The brand is Seagate, and just got informed today that they were able to retrieve the data. So all praises is due to Allah, Master Wallace D for Muhammad. But I was very happy, and at least, a lot of that work won't go to waste. But in the meantime, we wanted to continue to be able to post. So on the last episode, we spent a lot of time basically taking maybe the remains of what I did have. I have my character still without clothing, but the basics of him was still there. However, on the first episode, basically spent a lot of time showing you how to take a character, look for some free assets. You don't even have to pay for nothing. You can look for some free assets, put that on the character, and you can start pretty much from there making a pretty good looking 3D model. This particular musician, RBGNEXTGEN, I wanted him to have pretty much a mysterious look. I really like techwear. Techwear has like this very military styled hip hop feel to it, so, but you put a mask on it or something like that, you can not only make it look hip hop and military, but you can also make it look mysterious, and that's kind of what I wanted. So I spent a lot of time looking for masks. I was looking for all kind of different stuff. I really couldn't find anything, but I think I've definitely found what I want, for this character at this point. So a lot of this work, none of this is AI involved, so nothing that I've done here, it has anything to do with AI. Nothing is generated. So I didn't generate the model. I didn't generate the clothing. I didn't generate anything. While a lot of these particular assets are made, you're going to see basically that there's a lot of custom work that we did to it. I went to college, got a bachelor's of science in media arts and animation, and I was taught a lot of this stuff from scratch. So I know what it takes to make it, However, when you're in the community of 3D artists, and you start to see a lot of the films and many of the different companies out there, they're not starting everything from scratch. They're going to try to put together as much as they can, and then whatever they do need to build, they'll spend time building that. A lot of times you may not want to spend you can be on character creation for a long time, but I'm sure that at a certain point you would want to get to the point where you could finally see, your character doing everything. So let's go ahead and get to business. This is episode 2. He got more style than that. So now as we continue, I'd start adding, normals, the bumps onto the actual the clothing. You know, I don't like that. I don't like how the texture of the bump is affecting the jacket, but so be it. Now here I'm going to change the color, and as you can see, that's what I wanted. I wanted the jacket to be black. Now I'm going to go through, and then I hit the metals. You know, I want those metals to stand out. That's one of the things I like about techwear. So then right there in substance paint, you know, I want to add my own insignia to the actual jacket. So as you can see here, I go and put my particular sign up there. 7,000 is pretty much a future merch line. So a lot of great meaning behind 7,000. So I want that AOA. You'll of course learn a lot more of what AOA means. However, I'm starting to just kind of add my own insignia. You know, I made an alpha, so this alpha is basically how I'm able to just kind of stamp, you know, different signs on there. You know, I want to Arabic. You know, something else I always liked about techwear too is, you know, they have writing, you know, but the writing was always gibberish, you know, and it didn't always make sense, you know. But I mean, my name is RBGNEXTGEN. Maybe I can take some of the different, you know, use different fonts and use a different language to say the same thing, you know what I mean? And I can put that on my jacket. Here I was looking to see if I could find that, you know, Asian language that I'm seeing down at the bottom, and for some reason it wasn't working, you know, and it was getting on my nerves, like why? So pretty much settled on that. And then as you can see here, as you can see here, I'm looking for different places I can put the insignia, you know, and, you know, found my area I kind of like. Now this RBGNEXTGEN, I wanted it to be on the strap. So, you know, I looked for where I can put it on the strap, you know, and I'm making these alphas here in Photoshop. So as you can see here in Photoshop, I'm kind of, you know, I make the alpha and then I will place it there in Substance Painter, and then I would basically stamp it. So there I am stamping where I want that to show up, you know. Just looking for different areas I can put it. You know, I was trying some other little shapes and stuff, but, you know, pretty much what I can see is this just is the best. You know, I looked at some other shapes, as you can see down here in this shelf. They got quite a few shapes. They got atom shapes, you know, they got, you know, triangles surrounded by a circle. So some of that stuff is kind of interesting. Try to see what works, you know. And this is a fun part of it. Like, you just kind of dress your jacket up. Like, just imagine, you know, when I do finally perform some of these songs, and if I get to have the money, I can have this jacket made, you know. I can have somebody make this jacket, put all this particular insignia and everything on it, and then, you know, I know that'll blow fans away, you know. But, you know, we'll go ahead and just kind of keep that for the future. As of right now, you know, we're going to keep dressing my jacket up. That J is very important. You'll find out sooner or later. So, kind of looking at my jacket, seeing some other shapes. You know, I kind of like those triangles. You know, triangles are representative of the Trinity. Even the fact that it's 3 different triangles, like, I like it. So, you know, looked at some other stuff I could put on there, and from there, you know, I went ahead, exported all that material, and went to the pants. So now, as you can see with the pants, same thing. I want to put my own insignia on it, you know. So I should already have something called Buku. Now Buku is for Black Unity Conference Universal. That's also another great unified organization that I am a part of. And as you can see here, I'm just taking some time and just stamping different areas with, you know, with little insignia and signs I want in the pants, you know. And like I said, this is something that I've liked about techwear, you know, like they really make it unique like that. They put that kind of, you know, put words and put different shapes and stuff there. So I spent some time, went ahead and basically, just as a reminder, if you looked back at the old episode, I really liked how that triangle and how it kind of lights up in the middle there, you know. So I want to do that here. So as you can see, I just kind of looked for something simple, you know, don't have to be too much, but I wanted that kind of sign, you know what I mean. Tried to see if I could put anything else on there. I didn't want my stuff to look tacky. So from there, brought it on back here to Maya, and I just started, you know, I put it in the actual self-illumination, you know. Each area here, these are like what is it, not just self-illumination, but I put them in the incandescence, and basically that's for glowing, you know. So even at night, you know, you're going to see all that insignia kind of glowing off of them. So I like how this looks, you know. I really like how this looks, you know. So from there, I started looking at some different materials that I wanted to reflect on his jacket. I can kind of choose how the jacket's texture reflects. So as you can see here, you know, I had put in the reflect one of those Arabic textures, and basically this is what I got, you know. So same here, I put it in a hat, you know, and you know, that type of stuff, man, make it look a little bit more expensive, you know. So as you can see, you know, I kind of made sure I had enough, you know, those pants. I just made sure all the textures were applied, the normals, you know, what makes it look like it's bumping out. I put an African texture there on the shirt, you know. I just like, you know, I like for everything to have meaning. So the jacket having Arabic, that's meaning, you know. The insignia, like there's nothing here that's random. Everything has some kind of meaning, you know. Like even here, I come back to Substance Painter, and you know, I'm going to put a J on the middle of that hat, you know. So I look for a J. You see, I believe, yep, there you go. There you go. Oh, okay. I do have our J flag, and you know, I love that insignia. A lot of meaning to that, you know, even the lightning bolt. But first and foremost, put that J, and I'm thinking at some point maybe the character might wear his hat backwards, you know. So I do, if I have that J flag, you know, I think that it'll look pretty good, you know. Okay, so I turned that strap to look metal, and then from there goes my character. So I think that we got it, you know, we got our guy. So, and I might stick with this model more than I deal with my old model. But if you have stuck with me all the way to the end, thank you. You know, this particular series could give any 3D artist any little tips, or you know, if you notice anything that I can do better or do quicker, you know, please let me know. However, please subscribe, please like, you know, that'll definitely help this channel to grow, because we want to use high quality stuff like this to be able to illustrate some very deep lyrics, you know, in many people's songs, and deep discussions. And please stay tuned for Black Fam. And I got a freestyle right here. I have my old episode there, and keep following me. And with that, I thank you. Same God time, same God channel.